You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Having no possessions, though immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. Or may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. Or may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Well, here's to the hearts that you gonna break. Here's to the lives that you gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 Oh, I want you to have it all. All you can imagine. Oh, no matter what your path is, if you believe it, then anything can happen. Go, go, go. Raise your glasses. Go, go, go. You can have it all. I told you, here's to the hearts that you gonna break. Here's to the lives that you gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Having no possessions, though immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Can imagine, oh, no matter what your path is, if you believe it, then anything can happen. Go, 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 raise your glasses. Go, 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 you can have it. Oh, I toast you. Here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. Here's to you always making me laugh. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah.
it's not a cry that you hear tonight. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a chord and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Will you count me in? I've been awake for a while now. You got me feeling like a child now. 'Cause every time I see your bubbly face, I get the tingles in a silly place. It starts in my toes and I crinkle my nose. Wherever it goes, I always know that you make me smile. Please stay for a while now. Just take your time wherever you go. The rain is falling on my window pane, but we are hiding in a safer place. Undercover, staying dry and warm. You give me feelings that I adore. They start in my toes, make me crinkle my nose. Wherever it goes, I always know that you make me smile. Please stay for a while now. Just take your time wherever you go. But what am I gonna say when you make me feel this way? I just, and it starts in my toes, makes me crinkle my nose. Wherever it goes, I always know that you make me smile. Please stay for a while now. Just take your time wherever you go. I've been asleep for a while now. You tuck me in just like a child now. 'Cause every time you hold me in your arms, I'm comfortable enough to feel your warmth. It starts in my soul and I lose all control. When you kiss my nose, the feeling shows. 'Cause you make me smile, baby. Just take your time now, holding me tight. Wherever, wherever, wherever you go. Wherever, wherever, wherever you go. Wherever you go, I always know. 'Cause you make me smile, even just for a while.
Welcome. Well, we said balloons fix everything, but they don't fix everything completely because everybody on live stream and on this side of the chapel thinks that the balloons are talking right now because they blocked out the whole area. Our opening song, Bubbly by Colby Calais, was just one of the many songs that Matthew liked. And that song and the album was released shortly after Matthew's birth. In fact, this Colby Calais album has been played over and over and over again in the Schmidt house over the years. For Matthew, who some knew as Cheeky Music was a big part of his life, with Josh Groban, Celine Dion, and of course, Colby Calais being just some of the music that Cheeky really enjoyed. We gather here today as family and friends to support each other with our love and understanding as we mourn the loss of Matthew Schmidt. We are also joined by those on our live streaming who I know send their good thoughts and prayers to you in this time of need. There are no words to describe what you're feeling at this time, and no comfort that can be given to take away the pain of losing a loved one. Each of our pain is different, so we must allow each other to grieve in our own way. During this time of reflection, don't be afraid to laugh, and don't be afraid to cry. This is a safe place for all of us to grieve and honor Matthew's memory. I would like to offer up a poem that was selected by the family for us to listen to, and as it is being spoken, listen closely to the words while saying your own prayers and goodbyes for Matthew. And it's entitled, Sweet Child. God made a sweet child, a child who never grew old. He made a smile of sunshine. He molded a heart of pure gold. He made that child as close to an angel as anyone ever could be. God made a sweet child, and he gave that dear child to me. Then God saw his wonderful creation growing tired and weak. So he wrapped the child in his loving arms and said, "You, my child, I keep. But now my sweet child is an angel, free from hurt and pain. I'll love you forever until we meet again. So many times I have missed you, so many times I have cried. If all my love could have saved you, sweet child, you never would have died." Matthew will continue to live in our hearts. We will remember this sweet child and what he meant to us. I ask you to please think of Matthew as we listen to another one of his favorite artists, Celine Dion, as she sings, "I'm Alive."
I get wings to fly. Oh, I'm alive. Yeah. When you call
Matthew Schmidt's life spanned almost 18 years, and we know it was way too short for us. But he showed all the love and life he could muster to those he came in contact with. Matthew was a sweet child, and one that will forever live on in our hearts. Now, for those that you don't know, the reason that Matthew was sometimes known as cheeky was not because of his attitude, even though Mark may have something to say about that, but because of his big, puffy cheeks with that smile, that cheeky smile that could touch your heart, that Cheeky had from day one. And for that, all the things that Cheeky went through, we know that he was a true fighter and warrior that took on all of the challenges that he faced over the years and coming through as only Matthew could. And, like I said earlier, we know that balloons fixed everything for Matthew, so it's nice to see all of them here today. And it is really nice to see that almost all of them didn't escape to the roof. But I'd like you to look up. One did. I say a little bit, but see that smiling face up there? What are you picturing? What cheeky thing are you thinking about? So I think that one escaped for a reason. And that's what we'll hold near and dear to our hearts. There's a poem that hung on Matthew's wall that describes life as a sweet child like Matthew. And I think it's posted up here as well. And I'd like to call upon his mom, Karen, to share this poem with us now. Holy smokes, Karen, I think they're going to be able to see you.
Probably best if they don't. This will be familiar to some of you. Welcome to Holland by Emily Pearl Kingsley. I am often asked to describe the experience of raising a child with disability. To try and help people who have not shared that unique experience, I understand it to imagine how it would be if you feel like this. When you're going to have a baby, it's like planning a fabulous vacation trip to Italy. You buy a bunch of guidebooks, you make your wonderful plans, the Colosseum, the Michelangelo David, the gondolas in Venice. You may learn some handy phrases in Italian. It's all very exciting. After months of eager anticipation, the day finally arrives. You pack your bags and off you go. Several hours later, the plane lands. The stewardess comes in and says, "Welcome to Holland." Holland, you say. What do you mean, Holland? I signed up for Italy. I'm supposed to be in Italy. All my life I've dreamed of going to Italy. But there's been a change in the flight plan. You've landed in Holland, and there you must stay. The important thing is that they haven't taken you to a horrible, disgusting, filthy place full of pestilence, famine, and disease. It's just different. So you must go out, buy new guidebooks, you must learn a whole new language, and you must meet a whole new group of people you would never have met. It's just a different place. It's slower paced than Italy, less flashy than Italy, but after you've been there for a while, you catch your breath and you look around and you begin to notice that Holland has windmills and Holland has tulips. Holland even has Rembrandts. But everyone you know is busy coming and going from Italy, and they're all bragging about the wonderful time they had there, and for the rest of your life you will say, yes, that's where I was supposed to go, and that's what I had planned. But the pain of that will never, ever, ever, ever go away, because of the loss of that dream is very, very significant. But if you spend your time mourning the fact that you didn't get to Italy, you may never be free to enjoy the special, very lovely things about Holland.
Thank you so much, Karen. Matthew was special. Having been born about 30 minutes after his twin sister Charlie on October 11th, 2006. Karen really wanted a girl. In fact, she even hung a pink stocking on the Christmas tree to try to stack the deck in favor of having a girl. And she got her. And when Matthew was born, they just said that Charlie brought a bonus brother into the world when she came. And that was such a sweet bonus that came into our lives. It was on that wonderful day there was actually a nursing student on her final rotation in the maternity ward who had not even seen a birth yet. But boy, she was on hand to witness a special birth, the birth of the twins, Charlie and Matthew. Apparently, she was one of 14 other people in the delivery room at the same time. That's a full house. From that day forward, Matthew continued to touch the lives of those he met with his contagious smile. "Hello, sweet cheeks," was just something that Karen would say when she came into Matthew's room after he had been sleeping or resting, usually finding him with the stuffed animals cuddled around his head. And those sweet cheeks continued to win people over. It's obvious for the amount of people that are here. Matthew started out at Herald School around the age of 3 or 4 in PDP, and those at the school became his family, with Cheeky winning them over as well. Matthew graduated just this past spring, but since he was not feeling well, he missed his own graduation. Luckily, though, they did get some grad photos back in March with him wearing the color of the school that his siblings went to, green for Medicine Hat High School. Matthew may have been nonverbal, but he sure knew how to communicate with those around him. He'd stick out his tongue if he didn't like something. He would make the sucking noise when he was comfortable. He would get that pouty lip when he was about to cry. But through it all, you could always count on seeing a happy, smiling boy that was winning the hearts of many others. Brad said that there was a little boy within, and if Matthew had an opinion, he sure could express it. If you were his people, Matthew would light up when you came into the room. Mark said that his dad was one of Matthew's people and would track him even in a busy food court. There he is, yep. And if Matthew caught sight of Mark's dad, he would track him until he came back to the table. Now, this might have something to do with Mark's dad always seeming to bring Matthew those bright, color, flashing, noisy toys over the years. So I think Matthew definitely knew who he was. And tracking was just one of the ways he showed the people around him that he loved him. Cheeky loved many people, and one of those was Teresa, who I'd like to call forward to share a few thoughts about Matthew. I've got this here if you want.
Thanks for coming, everyone, today. I was fortunate enough to meet Matthew 8 years ago when I met his dad. Brad told me about Matthew, and I was honored to be able to meet him so quickly, right after we had met. One look at those big blue eyes and those long eyelashes, and that cheeky little grin that he gave, and I was hooked. It was Brad's love for Matthew that made me fall in love with him. Such care and attention went into Brad looking after Matthew that I thought, yep, that's a man I need in my life. He loves all of his children that way, and he opened that up to me. For that, I will be forever grateful. I am lucky now to be a mom of 6 kids. As Matthew grew, I learned to care for his needs as well. But above all else, I fell in love with that little boy. Loving Matthew was a privilege. Matthew taught me what pure, unprejudiced love looked like. He didn't understand terms like jealousy or hate. And when you looked at Matthew and he looked back at you, you got 100% love. He knew his people. Being Matthew's stepmom was a gift that I will carry with me forever. His strength and will to live goes beyond measure. Sleep well, little man. I will love you forever.
Thank you, Teresa. Brad said that he, Teresa, and their family enjoyed camping in Cypress Hills and Banff, and that included Matthew. Matthew enjoyed camping. He loved the outdoors, either sitting around the campfire, going for strolls with his family, relaxing in the hammock, or at the beach swimming. Matthew enjoyed these times, but we know he didn't like the wind, but Cheeky sure enjoyed watching the trees rattle and watching the wiggling leaves, and of course the outdoor, the wonderful fresh air. Cheeky also enjoyed his time around the fire pits in the backyard with Karen, Mark, and the family. And on a trip to the Calgary Zoo with his mom and family, Matthew enjoyed especially the penguins and the peacocks that he saw. There were the trips down to Echodale, which he enjoyed going to. With the school, it was wonderful because he got to go swimming, and he loved swimming down there. And I mentioned earlier that Mark said something about Matthew's attitude, that he can be considered cheeky. Well, Mark's actual words was that Matthew was crafty, maybe a little mischievous or devious in a cute way, because no matter how Mark tried to get Matthew to laugh, he wouldn't. Until, of course, Cheeky's mom came into the room, and then he'd be giggling and laughing, I think just to drive Mark a little bit crazy. Or how Matthew would always find a way to pull out his feeding tube. And I know the nurses, you tried so hard to keep that finger monitor on him with tape and whatever else, but he loved peeling that off as well. Yeah, and then he would giggle and laugh because he knew he'd done something cheeky. Over the years, music was a big part of Cheeky's life, as were the shows he's watched. Tupi and Binu, of course, were among his favorites, as were the Minions, like you saw on the inside of your card. Cheeky always seemed to giggle when he saw those characters cross this TV screen. And for some reason, Matthew giggled and laughed a lot at Dr. Phil. Then there was, of course, the Muppets, who usually gave Cheeky a burst of energy, and he'd get his legs moving with his mom asking, "Where are you going? Maybe off to Sesame Street?" Cheeky enjoyed watching hockey. He loved action movies. Well, that's if you fast forwarded through all the talking and got to the action sequences. That's what he really loved. And I am so sorry, Brad. You tried so hard to get him involved in the Harry Potter movies, but no, your son would not have anything of it. Matthew was truly an inspiration to many, especially his family. And his oldest brother, Grant, shared some thoughts to his dad and on Facebook, which I'd like to read for him here. And it goes like this. I have a lot I'd love to say, but I can't find it in me to put it into words right now. I love you so much, and the impact you had on my life could never be overstated. You were always and will always be my greatest inspiration. No matter how tough things got, I could always take a look at you and how you could smile through it all and know it'd all be okay. Fly high, little guy. Thanks, Grant. Matthew's family have mentioned that he was a true warrior and a fighter, and he was an inspiration in their lives, like Grant mentioned in his tribute. The family came to learn that Matthew suffered from an ultra-rare condition of MCT8 deficiency, also known as AHDS. Interestingly enough, yesterday was MCT8 AHDS World Day. And the theme you've seen up here that's gone through a couple times, it says the theme was breaking barriers. And it highlighted these superheroes that continue to thrive despite all odds. And Cheeky was one of those heroes. The other heroes were the people that the family would like to thank. And all those people, all of you who were part of Matthew's life, how you made his life so special, especially as caregivers, the nurses, the teachers, the loved ones. Thank you so much. Lisa was one in particular that was part of Matthew's life recently, and her family and his family. And she wanted to say some few words, which I'll share in a minute, but I want to just do a shout out to Lisa. Thank you for all that you did. And Lisa wrote this: I had the pleasure of working with Matthew and his family for the last 2 years. Matthew brought so much joy to each day I got to spend with him. His sweet smile and laughter will live in my heart forever. I would like to say thank you to the family for making me feel a part of their family. It was an honor to care for Matthew. I will miss him dearly and think of him often. Thank you so much for sharing that, Lisa. There are many things we will continue to remember about Matthew because these memories are priceless, which is something that is mentioned in a poem that his Auntie Star would like to share with us now. And I'll call her forward.
A golden heart stops beating, hard-working body at rest. It broke our hearts to see you go. God only takes the best. They say that memories are priceless. Well, maybe that is true, but we never wanted memories. We only wanted you. Your life was love and joy. Your love for your family shined through. You put up the biggest fight. We will always remember you. We sat beside your bedside. Our hearts were crushed and heavy. We held you close until the end, until you said, I'm ready. In tears, we watched you sinking. We watched you fade away. And though our hearts were breaking, we knew you could not stay. Our words will never be enough to say how much you were loved. Our hearts can never say the words that we needed to say to you. We will always love and miss you, and someday we will meet again.
Thank you so much, Star. Building on Star's poem, Brad mentioned that there were many times in Matthew's life that he could have easily left our ranks. But Cheeky kept fighting and kept wanting to be with his family and friends. And when it did come to Matthew's final days, he was surrounded by the people who loved him. In fact, on that last day, there was no less than 17 people in the room at all times. His dad got to spend the last few hours of overnight next to his wonderful son, and his mom got to be there when he took his final breaths, in a way for him to say goodbye. All of this is special, and I know it's heart-wrenching. So I'd like to take you back to something I mentioned earlier about Cheeky when he would get his pouty lip and he was about to get upset. Well, his mom actually found something that soothed him. It helped settle him and distract him, and she shared it with others that worked with Matthew. So, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little upset, and I know we need something to distract and soothe us as well. So, here's the trick. It's row, row, row your boat. So I'd like everybody to share with me and the family, because when things got tough for Cheeky, we would sing, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Thank you. Life was a dream with Cheeky. With Cheeky in our lives, it truly was. And there is no doubt that Matthew Schmidt will be missed, but he'll never truly be gone if he's remembered in your hearts and in your minds. So think of Matthew, talk about him, and fondly remember those times that he touched your heart in some way. Stories about Matthew are appreciated, so please share these with each other afterwards or in the days or weeks to come. And the family would like to thank you for coming here and attending the celebration of Matthew's life, either here in person or through our live streaming. Following this service, this celebration of his life, we are headed to the Hillside Cemetery for the interment, and you are definitely welcome to join us, because I think, Brad, you said we're all family here today. I'd like to leave you with another poem that the family selected to offer up as our final prayer to Matthew. It reminds us that God may have a reason for taking people from our lives, even though for us it is far too soon. And it's entitled, God Saw You, by Francis and Kathleen Kilo. God saw you getting tired when a cure was not to be. So he wrapped his loving arms around you and whispered, come to me. You didn't deserve what you went through, so he gave you rest. God's garden must be beautiful. He only takes the best. And when I saw you sleeping so peacefully and free from pain, I could not wish you back to suffer that again. This poem is our prayer to Matthew, knowing that he is free from any pain and he is now experiencing everlasting peace and rest. As you ponder this, please say your own goodbyes and prayers for Matthew and his family as we listen to a song that Brad said it's Matthew's way of saying thank you to everyone here. Thank you for being a friend, by Andrew Gold.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. sing again, then once again. Thank you for being a blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life,